Yo, WW Gib here. We got to talk about this new TOA. Whew. I knew the time was coming. I knew the time was coming. TOA is at the worst it has been at. TOA has gotten absolutely shameless, disasterdly, and it's just out of whack. Now, is this tower unclearable? No, that's not what I'm talking about today. I'm not saying you can't clear this tower. I'm not saying it's impossible to clear this tower. I don't think you need like C6 to clear this tower, okay? Anything of that, you know? But I do think that you need newer characters to clear this tower. And that's not a good precedent to set on the first rendition of a new mode getting added. If you don't know, Tower recently added, they added a 3 and 4 for the Tower, where you can clear like extra hazard mode tower floors pretty much, right? Now, the problem with the current one we have, besides the buff, now the buff you can use on everyone, but there is definitely some shilling here in terms of teams that can have way more shield uptime because they have a character that can give shield, like Augusta, like, you know, Mono Fusion with Brand. But realistically, that's not as big of a thing. The actual floors here are absolute cancer. First of all, I don't know who thought it was a good idea to have 4 waves of enemies with 2 bosses, by the way, and the Light Crusher literally has more HP than the Morning Ikes, which is insane to me. So I'm playing, why are we playing Whimpering Waste inside of Tower of Adversity? And that's my question, I'm not gonna lie. Then you have the next floor, which is 2 bosses on the same stage with only 30 extra seconds. Are we serious right now, Q? Are we serious right now? I feel like 120 should be the 3-star for this, in my opinion. I think that'd be more player friendly. What they like to talk about, you know, Kuro Games like to call player friendly. I think 120 should be the 3-star for this. Next thing here, this stage 4 right here. Okay, actually this whole tower. Now, realistically, only the 4th stage matters because these ones you can clear with like your brain off. But let's talk about this 4th tower right here, okay? So the buff is Spectral Res Reduction and Spectral Frazzle buff. Literally, this buff is hand-catered to Zani, right? So you would think they would put a reasonable boss in here for Zani, since Zani is like the only character in the game that can realistically use this buff. Obviously, you know, like Jinxie or something use this buff, but most people are probably using their Jinxie on the Hazard Tower because Jinxie's a heavy hitter. Anyways, realistic, a lot of people are probably using their Zani on the middle tower as well. So like who are you using on this? Let's say you use your Jinxie and your Zani on middle tower. Who are you using on the left tower? No one. This buff is literally only for Jinxie and Zani, but mainly just for Zani. But that's not even the point of this. The point is the fact they have this Fraxidus Executioner guy and Hecate. The Fraxis Executioner, I thought the monkeys from 1.0 were one of the worst enemies in the game. No, brother. The Fraxis Executioner, they somehow are even worse. I think the Fraxis Execution might be worse. Actually, I'm lying. I just think the fact that he can grab you outside. If my Zani is inside of her parry ultimate form, the shield breaking, and he does his grab attack, he should just get knocked out. How is he able to stiff arm through Zani with her big Buster Blade? How is she able to get grabbed to that? And best, you know what this guy also does after he hits you with the Buster or with the grab attack? If his buddy is knocked down on the floor, he wakes up his buddy to instantly stab you. So you usually get one shot most of the time. I think that's insane. I feel like that is literally insane that even is a thing. And then that's not even the worst part, because then there's also Hecate, and Hecate moves around the entire map and is literally a ranged fight. I don't know if they have Hecate for Zani, I'm not gonna lie. Hecate for Zani or Jinxie, neither one is able to fight Hecate like well. Obviously you can still kill them, right? But it's not a balanced fight, you know? Hecate is obviously for ranged characters. Like what are we doing here? Anyways, right tower, I actually don't have much to say about. Right tower is pretty. I think the Aphelion Barangol is like a little bit too much HP. He's such a noob fight. Like he's like the regular Barangol, which has like 3 moves in his kit. I feel like they should put the hologram version of Barangol in here. I'm not gonna lie, make it more interesting at least. Take off some of the HP and make the fight harder. It feels like you're just fighting like a big HP sponge. He literally does nothing. This is the most like easiest boss in the game. Yeah. And this buff, everyone can use it. Can we learn from the right side buff, by the way? Why we have this like, you know, this absolute like shameless left side buff, but then the right side buff is like one of the best things in here. Anyways, also this, I feel like this arrow res and arrow erosion buff. See, the problem with having arrow erosion, no one can do arrow erosion in the game. A lot of people try telling me, oh, Arrow Rover can do arrow erosion. Arrow Rover cannot do arrow erosion without having another negative status. You need another negative status. Guess who the other negative statuses are? The other 5 stars, the Cartethias, the Siakonas, okay? The Phoebe. You can't do arrow erosion without those characters. I don't know why the Arrow Rover doesn't apply arrow erosion by itself. I feel like that's so dumb. Like, I feel like that's like a crazy oversight on their kit, no? Like, why do they not self-apply all of the... They literally buffed the Spectral Rover so that it could apply it. Havoc doesn't apply Havoc Bane or whatever, but we haven't had anything with Havoc Bane. Maybe when Havoc Bane gets added into the game, they'll add something for it, but Arrow Rover is like the most buns character in the game. I feel like Arrow Rover is pretty generally disliked. I mean, it doesn't feel fun to play. Its kit doesn't feel like... It doesn't feel like anything links together. It's kind of just like they didn't cook, you know. It has like a cool like sword slam, but they just really didn't cook with the Arrow Rover. I'm gonna be honest. My biggest thing though is, why did the Arrow Rover not self-apply arrow erosion? Like, why do you need another negative status effect for it to do it? And then it also removes that negative status effect to put the arrow erosion. I don't know. I feel like they just didn't cook with this. They just didn't cook with this. Like, why can't this just be like Spectral Rover? Spectral Rover, what do? They apply Spectral Frazzle on their ultimate and their skill. It's just nice and simple. Look at this. That's not it. It's on, here. Yeah, see, look. Spectral Frazzle on the skill, and then Spectral Frazzle on the ulti. Why can't we get that on Arrow Rover? No? I feel like that could have been a simple, easy thing there. But yeah, going back into Tower here, I think that's all I wanted to say. I think this tower, it's pretty shameless. It's pretty shameless, in my opinion. Also, I tried clearing this with multiple teams. I can clear this. I was just trying a bunch of teams, so I've like reset a bunch of times. I wanted to see if my Cartethia could solo clear this, which she can, which is crazy. I mean, Cartethia is kind of like the overlord. I feel like it's crazy though that the like most OP character in the game is getting a buff hand catered to her. She's not even on banner right now. Like, what are we doing here? But I'll probably try more teams here, so I'll reset these so I can come back in here eventually and just like try these up. But yeah, I mean, I feel like this tower is like, it's like crazy. I don't know. They gotta do some. They didn't cook with it, especially floor 3. Especially floor 3 did not cook at all. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Give out. See ya.